the most expensive bikes in the world. Today, we're not talking about your average run-of-the-mill two-wheeled contraptions. From bleeding-edge technology to design so outrageous they'd make a grown man weep, these are the bikes that separate the haves from the have-nots. The bikes that make you say, forget the yacht, darling, I'll take the two-wheeled beast. So buckle up, petrol heads, because we're about to embark on a journey through the exclusive world of the top 10 most expensive bikes in the world in 2024. Let's dive in. Kicking things off at number 10, we have a bike that's about as subtle as a Ferrari at a funeral. It's the Ducati Panigale V4 Superleggera. And let me tell you, this Italian stallion is more than just a pretty face. With a price tag that'll set you back a cool 100 grand, this bike is lighter than a feather and twice as fast. But don't let the lightweight fool you, because under that sleek, sexy body lies a fire-breathing monster of an engine. We're talking 234 horsepower, enough to rearrange your internal organs and leave your hair standing on end. It's the kind of bike that makes you want to throw on a leather jacket, crank up some Pavarotti, and carve up some corners like your Valentino Rossi himself. So there you have it, the Ducati Panigale V4 Superleggera. Coming in at number 9, we have a bike that's about as close as you can get to riding a MotoGP machine without actually strapping yourself to a rocket. It's the Honda RC 213 VS, and it's basically a street-legal version of Marc Marquez's wet dream. Now, I know what you're thinking. Jeremy, oh boy, that's all well and good, but $184,000 for a Honda, have you gone completely mad? And to that I say, possibly, but hear me out. This isn't some cobbled-together bitzer with a fancy paint job. This is a bike that's been honed and refined by the same engineers who build machines that win races on Sundays. It's got more technology crammed into it than a NASA control room, and it handles like it's on rails. But be warned, this isn't a bike for the faint of heart. This is a bike for riders who want to know what it feels like to be a MotoGP god, even if it's just for a fleeting moment. At number 8, we have something different. This, my friends, is the Harley-Davidson Cosmic Starship, and it costs more than a small country's GDP, $1.5 million. For that kind of money, you could buy a fleet of perfectly serviceable Porsches, a villa in Tuscany, and still have enough left over for a lifetime supply of bangers and mash. But then, you wouldn't have this, would you? This rolling piece of art, this two-wheeled testament to excess, this Harley-Davidson Cosmic Starship. Now, I'm not entirely sure what possessed Harley to let renowned artist Jack Armstrong loose on one of their bikes, but I can't say I disapprove. It's like something out of a Salvador Dali painting, only louder and with more chrome. Is it practical? Heavens, no. Is it comfortable? I highly doubt it, but is it a statement? Oh, you better believe it. Now, if you thought that last bike was a bit much, then hold on to your hats. Because at number 7, we have a bike that makes the Harley-Davidson Cosmic Starship look like a bargain bin special. I'm talking, of course, about the Yamaha BMS Chopper, a bike that's less about transportation and more about making a statement. And what a statement it makes. I mean, just look at it. It's like Liberace and King Midas got together and said, let's make a motorcycle. Covered in 24-karat gold, with a red velvet seat that looks softer than a baby's bottom, this bike screams, look at me, I'm rich, and I have terrible taste. $3 million. That's the price of a small island, a private jet, or a whole lot of therapy to figure out why you need to own a gold-plated motorcycle. But hey, who am I to judge? If you've got the cash to splash on a bike that's more at home in a museum than on the open road, then more power to you. At number 6, we have a bike that's a bit more my speed. It's the Eosi ES1 Spirit. And this, my friends, is what happens when you let a bunch of Formula One engineers loose on a motorcycle. The result? A bike that looks like it was beamed down from the future and rides like it's powered by unicorn tears. This bike is so exclusive, so rare, so ridiculously expensive that only 10 will ever be made. And with a price tag of $3.6 million, it's safe to say that most of us will only ever experience the joy of riding one in our dreams. But what dreams they are. This bike is a masterpiece of engineering with a frameless design, a super powerful engine, and more carbon fibre than you'll find in an entire season of Formula One. Now, for something a little bit different. At number 5, we're stepping back in time to 1949, a time when men were men, bikes were built like tanks, and safety regulations were, well, let's just say they were a bit more relaxed back then. This, my friends, is the 1949 E90 AJS Porcupine, a bike so rare, so valuable, so downright legendary that it's practically priceless. But for the sake of argument, let's just say it's worth a cool $7 million. This, my friends, is a bike with history. This is a bike that's been ridden by legends, a bike that's won races, a bike that's seen more action than a Hollywood stunt double. It's a thing of beauty, with its polished chrome, its leather saddle, and its engine that sounds like a symphony of mechanical fury. It's a reminder of a time when bikes were more than just machines. They were an extension of the rider, a symbol of freedom, a way of life. Coming in at number 4, we have a bike that looks like it rolled straight out of a science fiction film. It's the Neiman Marcus Limited Edition Fighter, and it's about as subtle as a punch to the gut. This bike is a study in contrasts. It's sleek and angular, yet somehow also brutish and aggressive. And with a price tag of $11 million, it's safe to say that this is not a bike for the faint of wallet. Originally, this two-wheeled work of art was a steal at a mere $110,000. But thanks to its limited production run and its head-turning design, it's become one of the most sought-after motorcycles on the planet. Hold on to your monocles, because at number 3 we have a bike that's so luxurious, so opulent, so ridiculously over the top that it makes a Rolls-Royce Phantom look like a Dacia Sandero. It's the Harley-Davidson Buere Blue Edition, and it's the result of what happens when a luxury watchmaker and a motorcycle manufacturer get together after one too many glasses of champagne. $17 million. It's got more bling than a rapper's wrist, and it's about as subtle as a diamond-encrusted sledgehammer. At number 2, we have a bike that's more than just a machine. It's a legend. It's the 1951 Vincent Black Lightning, and it's the stuff of motorcycle dreams. This bike is a true icon, a symbol of speed, power, and engineering excellence. $18 million. It's the kind of bike that makes you want to grow a pair of bushy sideburns, slick back your hair, and hit the open road. The wind screaming in your ears as you chase the horizon. And now, the moment you've all been waiting for. The bike that sits atop the throne of two-wheeled extravagance. The bike that makes all other bikes tremble in its shadow. At number 1, we have the AAP Rocky Custom. That's right, folks, the rapper, the fashion icon, the man who can make a potato sack look cool has turned his attention to the world of motorcycles. And the result is, well, it's certainly something, $25 million. But for that astronomical sum, you get a bike that's as unique and as eye-catching as the man himself. It's a collaboration between a $AP Rocky and some of the best motorcycle builders in the business, and it's a rolling testament to the power of imagination, creativity, and having more money than sense. It's got gold plating, diamond-encrusted details, and a design that's so out there, it makes ETS bicycle look positively pedestrian. Is it cool? Oh, hell yes. So, there you have it, the top 10 most expensive bikes in the world in 2024. From Italian stallions to gold-plated choppers, from vintage racing legends to diamond-encrusted creations, these bikes are the epitome of luxury, exclusivity, and downright outrageousness. Which one would you choose if money were no object? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of our future adventures into the world of automotive excess.